Top 2025 home entrance design trends, modern gates, stylish walls, and small garden ideas. Imagine arriving at a home where the first thing you notice is not the building itself, but the way the entrance welcomes you. The gate, the surrounding walls, and the carefully designed small garden together create the very first impression, almost like the home's personal signature. These elements are no longer just functional necessities to mark boundaries or provide security. In 2025, they have become powerful statements of style, privacy, and harmony with nature. They set the tone for everything that follows inside the home, and they can completely transform the way a property is perceived. The gate, for example, is often the first detail that captures attention. A sleek, modern design with clean lines can instantly suggest elegance and minimalism, while a bold, creative design with geometric patterns might express personality and uniqueness. More homeowners are also leaning toward sustainable materials, such as treated wood, recycled metal, or even composite materials that balance durability with eco-consciousness. Gates are no longer static barriers. Many incorporate smart technology with automated opening systems, discreet lighting, and even integrated security features. The result is an entrance that feels both welcoming and protective, combining peace of mind with visual appeal. The walls surrounding a property play a similar role. They define boundaries, but in today's design language, they also function as canvases. Vertical gardens are one of the most exciting trends, where climbing plants and modular planters turn a plain surface into a living, breathing wall. Some homeowners choose textured finishes like stone, concrete with natural patterns, or wood panels to create depth and richness. Others experiment with color, moving away from stark white or gray to embrace earth tones, soft neutrals, or even muted pastels that blend more organically with the surrounding environment. Walls, when thoughtfully designed, extend the architecture of the house into the outdoor space, making the property feel unified and intentional. Now, consider the impact of a small garden at the entrance. Even a compact space can transform the mood of a home. Lush greenery softens the harder edges of gates and walls, creating balance. A simple arrangement of potted plants, a line of ornamental grasses, or a few strategically placed flowering shrubs can add color and movement. For those who want a low-maintenance solution, succulent gardens or gravel landscaping with hardy plants are becoming increasingly popular. In contrast, others may prefer a more natural, slightly wild look, echoing the global trend of embracing biodiversity and encouraging local species of plants to flourish. Lighting is another essential element that ties these features together. In 2025, design is about creating experiences, not just appearances. Subtle lighting along the base of walls, uplights on trees or tall plants, and integrated LED strips and gates all work together to transform an entrance after sunset. The glow is both practical for safety and navigation, and emotional, creating atmosphere and charm. Light is no longer just about illumination, it is about storytelling, about shaping how we feel as we approach and enter a home. One of the strongest themes across all these design trends is the blending of privacy with openness. People want their homes to feel secure, but not fortress-like. This balance is achieved through creative design choices. Gates with partial transparency, such as slat space to allow glimpses without revealing too much, or walls that incorporate natural screens like bamboo or trellises, give both protection and connection. The entrance becomes a transition zone where inside and outside meet gracefully. Sustainability also lies at the heart of these choices. Homeowners are increasingly aware that their design decisions carry environmental impact. Choosing native plants reduces water usage, while solar-powered lights cut down on energy costs. Materials sourced responsibly, like reclaimed wood or recycled composites, give character while minimizing footprint. This consciousness elevates design from mere decoration to an expression of values, a home that not only looks good, but also does good. When all these elements come together, the gate, the walls, the small garden, the lighting, the sustainable choices, the effect is transformative. The entrance stops being just a passage and becomes an experience. It frames the home, tells visitors who you are, and sets the rhythm of daily life. Imagine returning from work and being greeted not by a blank wall or a lifeless gate, but by greenery, texture, light, and a design that makes you feel proud and peaceful. This is the promise of modern design trends in 2025. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the simplest details elevate the entire home. So as we look at the homes of today and the near future, it is clear that entrances are evolving. They are no longer just thresholds. They are spaces of meaning, places where style, nature, and innovation meet. They prove that you don't need to rebuild an entire house to make a striking change. Sometimes all it takes is a thoughtful upgrade to the gate, the walls, and the small garden to create a home that feels completely new, one that resonates with both contemporary elegance and timeless warmth. Step beyond the entrance, and the story of the home continues to unfold. But the foundation has already been laid by the gate, the walls, and the garden. In 2025, these exterior details are not isolated features. They are part of a broader architectural narrative that reflects how people want to live, what they value, and how they interact with their surroundings. Trends today and into the future show a fascinating balance between minimalism and comfort, technology and nature, privacy and openness. Let's dive deeper into how these principles shape the way modern homes are designed and why they matter so much for both daily life and long-term value. A key driver of design evolution is the growing desire for personalization. Homeowners no longer want generic entrances that could belong to anyone. They want their gate to feel like an extension of their personality, their walls to express subtle sophistication, and their garden to show a thoughtful connection with nature. Personalization does not mean extravagance. Rather, it means small choices that tell a story. For instance, a gate with laser-cut panels can depict abstract shapes, traditional motifs, or even nature-inspired designs like leaves or waves. Walls may integrate niches for art pieces or lighting accents, while gardens can incorporate plants that carry cultural meaning or personal memories. These details allow a home to become a reflection of the people who live inside. Technology plays an increasingly important role in these designs, but not in a way that overwhelms natural beauty. Smart gates that can be controlled from a smartphone, security cameras discreetly embedded in walls, and motion-activated garden lighting bring convenience and peace of mind. The beauty of modern design is that these features are no longer bulky or intrusive. They are streamlined and hidden within the overall aesthetic. For example, slim LED strips tucked beneath wall caps provide soft illumination without showing the fixture. Smart irrigation systems keep small gardens thriving with minimal effort, using sensors to determine exactly how much water each plant needs. This integration of technology allows homeowners to enjoy beauty and comfort without the burden of constant maintenance. Another rising trend is the celebration of texture and material contrast. Designers are increasingly mixing raw and refined elements to create interest and depth. A wall might combine exposed concrete with smooth wooden slats, or a gate might feature matte black steel paired with warm bamboo panels. Even small gardens benefit from this approach. Think gravel pathways paired with lush green ferns, or stone borders framing delicate flowering plants. These juxtapositions reflect a broader cultural shift toward embracing diversity and harmony in design. They also make entrances visually compelling, ensuring that even a simple home feels contemporary and stylish. Sustainability continues to shape every design decision. In 2025, the emphasis is not only on using eco-friendly materials, but also on creating entrances that support a healthier lifestyle. Green walls that purify the air, permeable paving that reduces water runoff, and gardens filled with pollinator-friendly plants are more than just aesthetic choices. They are practical contributions to the environment. Some homeowners are even integrating edible plants into their small entrance gardens. Herbs, small fruit trees, or vegetables that add freshness to daily meals. This trend aligns with the global movement towards self-sufficiency and mindful living, proving that design can be both beautiful and functional. Lighting design, which we touched on earlier, deserves further exploration because of its transformative effect. In modern homes, lighting is treated like an art form. Designers experiment with shadows and highlights, using light to sculpt the way walls and gates are perceived. A textured concrete wall, for example, can look entirely different under soft grazing light, with every groove and pattern coming alive. Gardens, too, benefit from careful lighting. Uplighting a single tree creates drama, while low pathway lights create intimacy and safety. The rhythm of lighting changes the emotional impact of the entrance, offering serenity at night and vibrancy during the day. What makes all of these trends especially compelling is that they are not limited to luxury homes. With thoughtful planning, even modest houses can adopt these design principles. A small courtyard can host a vertical garden, a narrow entrance can still feature a striking modern gate, and affordable materials like recycled wood or polished concrete can still feel upscale when paired creatively. This democratization of design ensures that style and sustainability are accessible to everyone, not just those with large budgets. The future also emphasizes fluid transitions between indoors and outdoors. The gate and walls are no longer hard separations, but gateways that ease the passage between public and private space. Some designs use slatted gates or semi-transparent materials to create a gentle invitation instead of a harsh division. Similarly, gardens often extend the interior palette, plants chosen to echo the colors of interior decor, or wall textures that match materials used inside the house. This sense of continuity makes the home feel cohesive, blurring boundaries so that outdoor spaces feel like natural extensions of indoor living areas. Perhaps the most exciting aspect of these design movements is how they influence the way we feel. Psychology is deeply tied to architecture, and entrances play a larger role in our emotional well-being than we often realize. A welcoming gate can lift the spirits, a lush garden can calm the mind, and walls designed with natural textures can ground us in a sense of stability. In a world where stress and digital distractions dominate, having a thoughtfully designed entrance offers a moment of peace and connection each time we step into our homes. Looking ahead, we can expect these trends to grow even stronger. As cities become denser, privacy and greenery will become more valuable. As technology advances, smart features will become even more seamless. As sustainability becomes non-negotiable, eco-conscious materials and plant-focused designs will dominate. The gate, the walls, and the small garden will not just be practical necessities. They will be lifestyle statements, signaling a future where homes are deeply connected to both people and the planet. The entrance of a home, then, is more than architecture. It is philosophy in built form. It is a declaration of how we choose to live today and how we envision our future. And in 2025, that declaration is clear. Beauty, security, and nature belong together, creating homes that are not only stylish sanctuaries, but also meaningful reflections of the world we want to build. As we look toward the horizon of design beyond 2025, the evolution of gates, walls, and small gardens reveals not just passing trends, but a shift in how we define home itself. The entrance is no longer a boundary or a functional necessity. It has become an ecosystem of ideas, one that blends innovation, sustainability, culture, and emotion. This transformation speaks to a deeper human need, the desire for spaces that nourish us, protect us, and inspire us at the same time. One of the most compelling directions is the integration of biophilic design principles. This approach emphasizes our innate connection with nature, bringing natural elements into built environments in a way that enhances well-being. Imagine gates framed with living vines, walls covered in moss or cascading greenery, and small gardens designed as miniature sanctuaries with water features, native plants, and even subtle natural sounds incorporated through design. Biophilic entrances do more than please the eye. They reduce stress, improve air quality, and remind us daily of our relationship with the natural world. As climate change and urbanization accelerate, such designs will only become more important, offering a healing balance to the concrete and digital intensity of modern life. Cultural storytelling is another emerging layer in entrance design. Homeowners are increasingly weaving identity and heritage into their gates, walls, and gardens. This might take the form of traditional motifs reimagined in modern materials, wall patterns inspired by local crafts, or plants that carry symbolic meaning across generations. A gate could incorporate subtle references to cultural symbols, while a garden might feature a plant palette tied to local traditions or family history. These gestures transform entrances into personal narratives, ensuring that each home is unique not just in appearance but in meaning. They are statements of belonging, pride, and continuity, anchors in a rapidly changing world. The role of technology is also set to deepen. In the coming years, smart entrances will go far beyond automated gates and basic lighting. We are moving toward fully integrated systems where entrances interact with the rhythms of daily life. Imagine walls embedded with solar panels that generate clean energy, or gates that adjust their opacity based on the time of day, becoming more transparent in the morning and more private at night. Gardens could feature sensors that track air quality and adapt irrigation accordingly, ensuring both sustainability and comfort. Artificial intelligence may even play a role, learning the habits of residents to personalize lighting, climate, and access control, all while remaining invisible within the design. This seamless blending of technology with aesthetics will define the future of entrances: intuitive, intelligent, and elegant. Environmental resilience will also be a defining factor. With extreme weather events becoming more common, entrances must be designed not only for beauty, but also for durability and adaptability. Walls constructed with sustainable yet strong materials like rammed earth, recycled composites, or treated bamboo will provide both resilience and eco-consciousness. Gardens will increasingly use drought-resistant plants, rainwater harvesting systems, and soil stabilization techniques that turn small spaces into micro-ecosystems capable of supporting biodiversity while withstanding environmental pressures. Gates, too, may evolve to include materials and coatings that resist corrosion, heat, and pollution, ensuring longevity without sacrificing style. The entrance of the future will not only reflect taste, but also respond intelligently to the challenges of the environment. At the same time, entrances will continue to be spaces of hospitality and connection. The gate and garden are often the first places where neighbors meet, guests are welcomed, and families pause before stepping into the private sanctuary of the home. Designers are recognizing this social role by creating entrances that feel warm and inviting rather than defensive or closed. Seating niches built into walls, small garden courtyards that double as communal gathering spots, and interactive lighting that responds to motion are ways in which entrances will foster interaction rather than isolation. This human-centered design approach ensures that homes contribute not only to individual comfort, but also to community life. From a stylistic perspective, the aesthetic of entrances will continue to evolve along two parallel paths: bold minimalism and natural eclecticism. On one hand, some homeowners will embrace sleek, pared-down gates, crisp geometric walls, and restrained gardens that convey elegance through simplicity. On the other hand, others will gravitate toward layered, organic entrances where plants, textures, and patterns combine in rich diversity. The beauty of contemporary design is that it allows both paths to coexist, reflecting the growing recognition that there is no single formula for beauty. What matters is authenticity, creating an entrance that resonates with the homeowner's identity and values. Ultimately, the future of entrances is about balance. Balance between security and openness, tradition and innovation, nature and technology, individuality and community. The gate, the walls, and the small garden will remain essential elements, but they will no longer be seen in isolation. Instead, they will be designed as interconnected experiences that shape how we feel, how we live, and how we connect with the world around us. Picture a home 10 years from now. The gate opens softly as you approach, recognizing your presence without a word. The walls are alive with greenery, filtering the air and cooling the space naturally. The garden greets you with seasonal blooms, herbs that scent the air, and subtle lighting that shifts in harmony with the sunset. Every detail is sustainable. Every choice reflects care for the environment, and the entire entrance feels like a seamless extension of both the home and the earth. That vision is not science fiction. It is the trajectory of design we see unfolding today. So when we think about upgrading our gates, walls, and small gardens, we are not just enhancing appearances. We are investing in well-being, in sustainability, in cultural identity, and in future resilience. We are redefining what it means to arrive home, not just a physical act of crossing a threshold, but an emotional journey into a space that grounds us, inspires us, and reflects the very best of how we want to live. This is the promise of design in 2025 and beyond. Entrances that transform houses into sanctuaries, and sanctuaries into statements of hope for the future.